Look at him, just floating. So cool. Good morning, everybody. We are up early for some coastal plain cruising today. We're gonna drive around, hopefully road cruise some snakes today, then maybe do a little bit of tin flipping at the end of the day to hopefully put some icing on the cake. But I'm not gonna count my chickens before they hatch. Let's get to it and hopefully find some snakes. Well, it only took until, what time is it? Like 1:30 in the afternoon?
Yeah, about that.
There we go. So there's where he came down onto the road. You can see the little squiggle. And there he is. This is actually the first juvenile southern hognose we've seen this year. We've seen a lot of adults, no babies until now. This little guy is a little dusty, not the most colorful little Simus, but we were worried we were gonna get skunked today. We did actually see a coach whip zip across the road, but very, very relieved that the sand has finally given us a snake. So we'll just make sure he gets across the road safely and continue on. But day's made at this point. It's so funny seeing him scoot right back over his own track too. All right, little dude is up the embankment and scooting his way into the wilderness. You love to see it.
He took a while.
He's so dedicated to the scoot too.
Yes.
Like all he has to do is crawl and he would get away, but he's committed to the scoot. Well, it's only been a few minutes and here's another track, brand new. Another hognose, potentially a young pine snake. We're getting ready to go flip because cruising sucks. Oh, racer. Come here, buddy. Hello. You got some briar. It's very chilly. Relax, brother. I am going to get this briar off. Oh, you got it off yourself. That works. All right, well, it's a nice addition to the day. I mean, we have seen 2 snakes prior to this, one of which got away. But very nice. Clean looking, relatively freshly shed and healthy. Black racer in good condition going into winter, so he looks like he's not missing any meals or anything, so hopefully that guy will have no issue surviving the oncoming cold. But very, very nice. First flip of the day, hopefully not the last. We got a lot more tin to go through. Oh, gray rat. Well, the flipping hasn't been great, but it's been producing. This is the second gray rat we've seen in the last 2 days. A lot more smaller and a lot grayer than the last one, but nice looking snake nonetheless. Looks like he could probably use a meal or 2 before winter. We've had some success, and it's nice to flip some snakes after a long day of road cruising. 1 racer and 1 gray rat so far, and hopefully there's more to come, but we are kind of running out of stuff at this point. We'll let this guy go. There you go, dude.
Goodbye, buddy.
It's almost like, what is the point of even flipping?
Yeah.
Because the next piece down is gonna move and scare whatever. Oh, Diamondback! Hold this, hold this, hold this, hold this! Oh my god! Oh my god! Hello!
Oh, yeah.
Hello! Oh my god! Holy crap! Oh, he's huge! Oh my goodness!
Oh, he just flipped on the wrist.
He's huge!
Nice sized diamondback.
That's a female that had babies this year, I bet.
Wow.
Hello, beauty.
That's a big snake.
It's huge. It's among the biggest I've seen. So that just happened. This is now easily the highlight of the day for me. This is a 5-foot diamondback, maybe a little bit less, maybe right under 5. And the first diamondback I've found in this area, and this is not good diamondback habitat. I mean, I was optimistic that they'd be here, but it's so rewarding to actually see one here finally. Like, this is one of the places that I originally looked at finding diamondbacks in this area, and it wasn't until now that I was really confident they were here. I was hoping, but now we know. Beautiful adult diamondback. Looks like a female that probably had babies. She might have even had babies right here this year. That is unreal. you were free to go. We'll try to continue looking under this stuff, but that is the day maker for sure right there. Can you get in there? Is there not enough, big enough gap? She's fat and skinny at the same time.
I didn't mean that, girl. Pleasantly plump.
Well, what'd you think about that, Bob?
That was awesome. Biggest rattlesnake I've ever seen. And a sweetheart.
And like, we struggled all day, but it was worth it for the two good snakes and then, you know, nice rat snake and racer bonus. So solid day overall, but it was a lot of work to get here. All right, everyone. So just like in previous years, Bob is here with his calendars. And if you aren't familiar with Bob, Bob has done some pretty incredible independent conservation work over the last few years. And how long have you been doing this now?
This is 13.
13 years.
13
so more than a few years, this guy has been making these awesome calendars with his wildlife photography, which if you're not into snakes, there's plenty of other options. And all the proceeds for this go towards conservation generally, and a lot of it's gone specifically towards the rainforest, right?
Yeah, Rainforest Trust. Yeah, let me grab a snake one. Rainforest Trust has been getting the bulk of my donations the last few years. I've donated over $80,000 from this goofy little project that's saved over 60,000 acres so far. Really hoping for some support here, and maybe we can get it over 6 figures this year. So I have 2 full snake ones because I know that's the bulk of who's watching Noah's videos. So this is Snakes of Ecuador.
But just like in previous years, Bob has a discount code, which is NOAH5 once again. So if you guys need a calendar for the holiday season coming up in the new year in 2025, which is crazy to say, it's about to be 2025. But if you guys need a calendar for 2025 and want to donate to support conservation in the process, consider clicking the link in the description of this video and getting a calendar. And also don't forget to use the discount code NOAH5 for $5 off,
Yes,
right?
yes. Thank you, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. Today we are headed down to Central Alabama. It is the first outing of November, which is by far my least favorite month of the year. I know I say that all the time, but there's a good reason for it. But we are starting the month this year with some really nice weather. It's supposed to get up into the low mid 80s today, and it should be a pretty good day-to-day cruise. We're going to go out to a region that's kind of sandhilly, not nearly as intact as a lot of the Georgia sandhill regions, but still should support some of the cool upland species we like to cruise for. So let's get to it. Well, it's a hognose in Alabama. Very nice. A little platy. Ooh, he's gonna puff up for us. Gorgeous. Look at this guy. Very cool. Eastern hognose snake. Only I think the second one we've cruised this year. That's a pretty good way to start November if you ask me. Beautiful eastern hognose snake. This might actually be the first eastern hog I've ever seen in Alabama, actually. Now, whoa, he's doing some weird stuff. I've never seen one lunge like that. But very cool. We'll get this guy out of the road and continue on, but very, very nice start to the day. An eastern hognose snake here in Alabama. Not the ever-elusive southern hognose snake that is thought to be extinct here in Alabama, but a very, very cool find, nonetheless. Hey, buddy. Look at that. Continue on. It's still early too. We got a lot of day ahead of us, so I'll let this guy just scoot on and make sure he gets over there safely before we continue. Look at him, just floating. So cool. All right, guys, well, it is midday now, and we haven't seen any snakes since the hognose, and that was on our first pass this morning, which is kind of a frustrating trend over the last couple years, but I am going to stick at it a couple more hours, and then I might try to do a little dip netting in some of these creeks, see if we can find any salamanders or turtles before I call it a day. It was nice to get that hognose. That was, you know, enough to make the day for me, but it's going to be hard to incorporate this in a video if we're unable to find anything else, so hopefully the next few hours will be productive. We'll see. It's a really terrible look, but oh, there he went. That was an Alabama gopher tortoise. All right, guys. Well, along with a couple of very small larvae of some kind, probably Eurycia, I did just get this adult southern two-lion salamander in a leaf pack. I've been dip netting right here where we were earlier, and hoping for a water dog, but this is the only thing I've seen so far. Kind of weird to see an adult two-lion salamander in the net, too. Trying to find somewhere to dip net. You want good leaf litter or good vegetation, and a lot of these places just have mediocre leaf litter and vegetation. However, there was a giant hornet's nest. All right, everyone. Well, I can't say it was a bad day, but I can say that I'm a little disappointed we only found one snake. But at least that snake was a really cool eastern hognose. Not something we've seen a lot of this fall, and really just never something we see often. They're always a treat, and that one is no exception. I think that might even be the first one I've ever seen in Alabama, so extra cool on that front. And first snake of November is an eastern hog. Really, really good first snake of the month. Hopefully that'll set the tone for a strong November. I think I am going to wrap today up here. I might stop at a few places on the way home, but I don't really expect to see anything. So I just spotted a snake. There's a racer over here on top of this log. Nice. Second snake of the day, right after I ran my outro. This might be a sign from the herp gods that it's time to hike and give up on cruising for the year. That is actually a big racer. I mean, he is almost certainly going to dart away before I can catch him, but it's a good-sized snake. Do I dare try to actually grab him while recording? He seems pretty unbothered so far. Trying to make sure there's nothing venomous sitting around here before I jump. Are you just a bro like that? And the fact that he's sitting right next to this stump hole makes me think that maybe he had already gone underground for the winter. Maybe. Like, why is he not disappearing? This is so weird. Oh, he's so big. Dude. You are impressive. Please don't try to bite my face. All right. That's like a 4.5-foot racer. Dude, you are seriously beefy. Thank you for not biting me on the face when I initially grabbed you there. You probably could have done that pretty easily. Oh, we're going to go for the face bite now, though. All right, buddy. Thank you for being a cooperative dude. I don't want to get bit, so. What a guy. So, yeah, one of the reasons November can be so difficult is because it's kind of hard to pinpoint what the snakes are doing at any given time. It's kind of like the transition from fall to winter. So some snakes are still carrying on like it's fall, and then other snakes are acting like it's winter already. So it just creates this weird situation where I'm never really sure what I should be doing any given day. And on top of that, I think a lot of snakes are just inactive already because it's kind of the end of the year and they're winding down, preparing for winter. All right, I actually do see another snake already. Well, I see its tail. I think it's going down a hole, but there's a cottonmouth right there. I'm on the way back to the car, and look who it is. It's our racer friend, once again, on the crawl, right next to where we saw him earlier. But I'll continue on. Peace out to you, and peace out to the viewers until tomorrow. All right, everybody, this is going to be some very poor video because it's actively getting dark, and I'm in the mountains. Not really herping. This is a seepage salamander. And this is probably the only one we're going to see all year. I don't even have my camera on me right now, just my phone, so very, very poor video. But a cool Desmognathus species that this is the only place I've ever seen them, literally. I've only seen them at this one little spot in the mountains here. And I only get up here once or twice a year, so very, very cool find. Probably the only seepage salamander we will see, unless we see more today. But very pretty, nice red tail. Oh. These little dudes are very, very tiny. I mean, this is a full-grown adult, and that's as big as they get. So, one of the smallest salamanders we have here in Georgia. And very hard to get good photo and video of because of how flighty they are. All right, here's another seepage. This guy, I can tell by the way he's moving, he's about to try to make a break for it. So, not nearly as pretty as the first one, but very acrobatic little salamanders. And here's a regular seal salamander. Rather than the Talladega seal salamander, this is just your regular seal salamander, Desmognathus monticola, largely restricted to the actual montane Blue Ridge parts of North Georgia rather than the Piedmont. So, yet another very cool salamander that we probably won't see too many more of this year, just because they don't actually occur where we live. And here we have a couple of Ocoee salamanders, yet another montane restricted Desmognathus. So that's 3 more or less montane restricted Desmognathus that we probably haven't seen this year anywhere else. just because they are restricted to the highest elevation forests and creeks of the state for the most part. There's some exceptions, like seepage salamanders actually do get down into the Piedmont. They're just very rare, and that's one of the things I'd like to find this winter. So we're gonna try to get a Piedmont seepage, but we've tried before and failed. All right, under this log we have a million grubs and a ringneck. So tomorrow we're gonna try a little harder for snakes, but this is actually kind of an intergrade northern southern ringneck. You can see not very many spots on the belly, and overall very clean, pretty little ringneck. It's got a wide nuchal band too. And yet another ringneck. That one's cool and slaty gray colored. We'll just leave him. All right, here's another nice flip. This is a little eastern garter snake. Definitely the coolest snake find of the day so far. Very pretty little guy. Look at him. I've got my flash on because I don't have a flashlight, but I think he's coming out pretty good considering. And as you can see, it's getting dark on us pretty quickly. So a few more rocks and then we'll call it a day. All right, we'll leave this guy to it, but he looks very good in these fall colors here in early November. Like I said, it is November, so any snake is a good snake to be seeing this late in the year, especially in the mountains. Things really shut off here during the winter, unlike further south in Georgia. So probably counting the days until a lot of the montane stuff is in complete hibernation until probably late February, early March. All right, that's probably gonna be it for today. We'll see you guys tomorrow where we'll have all day long to look for snakes. All right, everyone, it's another beautiful late fall day up here. It's not too cold, not too hot, and the overnight last night was quite warm, so I'm hoping we'll at least see a few snakes today, and I'm definitely hoping it could be better than yesterday, but I don't want to count on it until we get going. So big target is a milk snake or timber today, but I'm much more optimistic that we might see like another garter snake, but we shall see. There's a nice male eastern fence lizard. Nice blue coloration still even in November, but it's very windy. We've only seen one snake. It was a worm snake that I didn't get any video of, so hopefully things will pick up. All right, Josh just flipped a big American toad. Look at this guy.
Nice.
Always nice to see a big toad on a November day. Probably the last one of these we'll see for a while until they start breeding. Finally, a decent snake. A nice big rat snake too. Looks very healthy, in a cool position. Very nice look. The fall foliage here in the background. Well, that's very cool. All kinked up on this rock. Normally I probably wouldn't grab this guy, but since it is November, we're gonna get a closer look at him. Hey, buddy. Oh, you're tangled up. All right, I'm gonna untangle him real quick. Well, that is cool. It was starting to look like we weren't gonna get any video today because we just had seen one worm snake, which now I kind of wish I'd filmed because we have seen two snakes today, but this is a cool one to see a rat snake in the mountains in November. This is definitely the latest I've seen a big rat up in the mountains in Georgia, because they do get a real winter up here this far north. It's blustery today, maybe 65 degrees. This is a pretty rat snake too. The white highlights on him are nice and vibrant. Great looking animal in good body condition going into winter, so we'll let him go. I'm sure he's overwintering in probably this rock pile right here and just coming out to bask on a nice warm November afternoon. So we'll put him right back. Beautiful snake. All right, bud, here's your basking rock. What a nice looking snake. And that was the last snake of the day. So with that being said, I am going to wrap this episode up here. It was a nice little weekend trip to the mountain, even though we didn't see too much. It was a good trip for November, so really anytime we're getting snakes in the mountains in November is a good time. So with that being said, I am going to wrap this episode up here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one, where hopefully November will continue to be kind to us.